Hello and welcome finally to part 11 of my fully interactive walkthrough of Pokémon Red. Now not a lot, a few things have changed since part 10, most notably the month. Apologies for it having been so long since it uploaded, I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm just going to say I'm back and hoping to upload a lot more frequently like I was when I first started the channel. I'm going to try and get back into that sort of routine. Now other things that have changed, it mostly revolves around the party. In fact it all revolves around the party that I'm carrying with me. Don't worry, everything you voted for is still there in place. I've evolved Kadabra, legitimately. I'm playing on Pokemon Stadium, so I just traded him, or her, it, to a copy of gold. I should have checked whether it's a boy or girl while it was over there, but I didn't. Traded him across to my gold version, and then once he evolved, traded him back, because obviously that's how Kadabra evolves. The other thing is down at the bottom here, we have Abra. So we have another Abra. Now the reason for that will become clear later in the video. The reason I caught that off screen is just because you've already seen me catch an Abra. It only cost one Pokeball. It was the second wild encounter that I found, so I got quite lucky. So there was no real drama or anything like that. So you didn't miss anything, just me basically catching an Abra. I don't know if I did this on screen or off screen, so I'll just recap that Mew has cut and is in my team. Mew's only there as a HM slave though. I'm not going to be using Mew to battle because obviously a level 100 Pokemon is going to make this kind of boring, really, you know, getting through. And I think that's it. Now, speaking of Mew having cut, which is right there, that's going to be the basis of today's video. So just to get back into the swing of it, I'm going to go back through the game now that we have cut and show you all the things that you couldn't do first time you went past them that you can do now because we now have cut. So that's the plan for the day. So we've just gone past where the SSN used to be before it sailed off, and we're going to go in here into Diglett Cave. Speak to this man. What a surprise! Diglett's dug this long tunnel. It goes right to Viridian City. Alright, so that's where we're heading, needless to say. So in Diglett Cave, needless to say, you can find lots of Diglets and the occasional Dug Trio, but they're quite rare and also quite powerful, so I'm hoping to avoid them if I'm honest, because they're a bit tough, let's say. Okay, so let's confusion this, and obviously we don't have a Diglett yet, so if I don't kill it, which I already have, then I'll catch one. So noted, we can't just go full power against a Diglett. Unless it's a higher level than 19, then we can probably try. Oh, good, another one. Right, let's try and catch this one. Let's try to catch this one. What if I dig it? How much does that do? Oh, it's too much again. Okay, so Alakazam can't lead this. So let's switch this up. Let's switch into my resident Pokemon catcher, Butterfree. That was only a few steps, that's good. Right, let's catch this Diglett. Level 18, so a little bit weaker, but Butterfree is a lot weaker than Alakazam at the moment, so that's good. Oh, it's faster than me. It's interesting, and it didn't get put to sleep. Yeah, you can use Growl all you want, I'm not going to be physically attacking you, I don't think. There we go. Get to sleep. Actually, I may want to physically attack just to make sure I don't kill him, because I assume Diglett's got a better defense than special. I don't know. And he's also used Growl, so it's probably the safer bet to just chip away at his health this way. One more. And it woke up, typical, so I'm going to have to put it back to sleep before I catch it. Doesn't seem keen on attacking me though, which is good. Go to sleep. There you go, I've got one less Pokeball than any of you with a really good memory will remember me having because I caught that Abra. And now I've got a Diglett. Yeah. New Pokédex data will be added for Diglett. It's 8 inches tall. Oh, it's 2 pounds. It's tiny. Do you want to give a nickname to Diglett? Nope. Diglett was transferred to Bill's PC. Lovely. Alright, so now all we have to do is get through here without fighting any Dug Trios. Would be great. That's good. I can just fight you. In fact, I should switch Alakazam back up to the top to level it up, as that's who I'm using against the next gym leader. Oh, good. What a pointless move for a Diglett to do against a Butterfree. Never mind. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to attack it. Be much quicker. Wow, that did quite a bit more than I expected. And I've just realised if I hadn't evolved Kadabra, I probably wouldn't have one-hit killed all those Digletts. Or both of those Digletts. Probably would have had slightly lower stats, or quite a bit lower stats, and therefore it would have survived, and I would have been able to catch the first one. Never mind, you live and learn. There we go, right, let's switch. Alakazam. There he is, right. So now we've got nothing to catch in here. Let's just fight everything. And no more wild encounters, typical. Oh, hello, who are you? I went to Rock Tunnel, but it's dark and scary. If a Pokemon's flash could light it up, ... To be continued. So, here's where we are. We're basically on Route 2, right next to Pewter City, where obviously there was a cut bush that you can't get through without cuts, but we can now. We're not going to yet, though. We're going to head this way and into this house. A fainted Pokemon can't fight, but it can still use moves like Cut. It's good to know, even though I don't think Mew's in any danger of fainting anytime soon. I'm looking for Abra. Want to trade one for Mr. Mime, so this is the only way you can get Mr. Mime in this game, which is why I caught myself a second Abra. Okay, connect the cable like so. Abra! And now Abra goes to Trainer. Generic Trainer number 1. Abra went to Trainer. And in return, I get Mr. Mime. He waves farewell as Mr. Mime is transferred. One thing I never understood about this game is why they connected the Game Boys within a Game Boy game. It's like Game Boyception. It's like, really, I'd just give him a Pokeball with an Abra in, and he'd give me his Pokeball with a Mr. Mime in, and that'd be it. Maybe a little bit of a pep talk, you know, anime style. You know, be good for your new trainer and all that. And then that's it. Go on our way. Don't need to connect any cables. Hey, thanks. You're welcome. You traded me the only Mr. Mime in the game for one of my 2 Abras. Well, Abra evolutionary lines. That's absolutely fine. So we have now Marcel the Mr. Mime, which will not be part of our team because it's called Marcel. And not that I have anything against the name Marcel, I just don't think it's a very good name for Mr. Mime. Yeah, and we've already got Alakazam anyway. The other thing is, remember, you can't change traded Pokemon's nicknames, so he's stuck like that unless I put him in gold and bred him and got a new Mr. Mime and called it whatever I wanted and then traded it back. That's the only other way I could get the Mr. Mime out of this, really. Okay, now we're going to cut this tree down that's in our way, and we're going to get to some items that we couldn't get to. But first, we're going to go into this building. Once a Pokemon learns Flash, you can get through Rock Tunnel. Well, you can anyway. I know my way through without Flash. But this isn't a show-off. This is a Let's Play / walkthrough. Hi, remember me? I'm Professor Oak's aide. Back to episode 1 jokes here. If you caught 10 kinds of Pokemon, I'm supposed to give you an HM05. So, Ibeza, have you caught at least 10 kinds of Pokemon? Yes. Great, you have caught 38 kinds. I'd just like to clarify, I'm not actually 38 through my Pokedex. I went on holiday and I thought one thing I want to do is, if you remember from my first ever video, my introductory video to the channel, and I had a run through in the background and I trained a team up, I wanted to train that team up to level 100 so that I could, you know, battle it with some friends and stuff on Pokemon Stadium and what have you at a future date. As I mentioned in video 1, we would be having a tournament sometime, me and some of my friends, which will be fun. So I wanted to train them up while I was like on the plane and what have you. So I traded them to gold, which obviously to trade them, I had to trade other Pokemon across. So I've got some Pokedex entries that I'm not counting yet. So I've not actually got 38, it's probably more like 30. But I've still got quite a few. Someone count them up over my previous videos and comment how many Pokemon I've caught, like legitimately in red, that'd be great. Alright, so anyway, he reckons I've caught 38 kinds. It's definitely over 10 though, guys, that's the important thing. So congratulations, here you go. I got HM5, wonderful. HM Flash, lights even. the darkest dungeons. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, actually, before we go any further, before I forget, let's, I don't need it just yet, but let's give Mew Flash just so I don't forget. Mew learned Flash, yeah, 2 HM moves. Go on, it's a good slave, well done. Oh, hello. Evasa found HP up, so I can use that and one of my Pokemon to give it just a little bit of a HP boost. I think it gives it 2 or 3 extra HP points depending on the Pokemon and the level of it. Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Which Pokemon should I give a HP boost to? Normally I'm inclined to give it to the lowest one, and the lowest one is Pikachu by quite a bit, actually. Because it's the second highest level and it's the lowest HP. So I'd be inclined to give it to Pikachu, but you may have your own thoughts on this matter. Leave a comment. Why the devil not? I'll probably give it to whoever gets the most votes. Alright, let's head down here. There's another cut tree. This is why we can't get to these items yet before we get cut. Found a Moonstone, which is good because we've still got Pokemon to evolve using a Moonstone. That's handy. And that's it. Now, what we're going to do now, there's probably, I'd say, actually I don't think there is. There could be a hidden item in here somewhere. I don't think there is actually, now I've said it. I think I'm lying to you, basically. But yeah, if there's a hidden item there, I'll cover that in the next episode. I'm pretty sure there's not. Right, now we're going to head into Viridian, and there's this guy behind this tree here. And he gives us quite an interesting move. Yarn, I must have dozed off in the sun. I had this dream about a drowsy eating my dream. What's this? Where did this TM come from? This is spooky. Here, you can have this TM, and I receive TM42. Which is Dream Eater. Obviously with what he's been just talking about and what have you, it's going to be something to do with dreams. Dream Eater, which is a psychic move that's very powerful, and it's like Absorb. It gives you half the HP back that you take off the other Pokemon, so it's a health regaining move at the same time. It's a very good move. I'm wondering who I've got that can learn it. Okay, so wow, even Alakazam can't learn it. I'm surprised by that. So there's only Mew, and he's only a slave, so I haven't got anything to teach it to yet. Maybe at some point in the future I'll have a Pokemon that can learn Dream Eater. I didn't realise it was that rare, to be honest. I was thinking definitely Alakazam, maybe even Butterfree. Apparently not. Although why would a butterfly be able to eat your dreams? It's a bit sinister that for a butterfly. Never mind. So we're going to head back north. Nope, we're not going to look at Dream Eater again. We're going to cut down another bush. And we're going to head to Pewter City now, because there's something else we can do in Pewter City. So here we go, we're through, and we're about to cross over into Pewter City. And if you remember from about 6, 7, whenever I was in Pewter City, there was this museum here. The Museum of Science, and there's this like room at the back, and did I go and look at it? I can't remember, but either way you couldn't get into it because you didn't have cut, or I couldn't get into it because I didn't have cut, but now I do. So let's go and see what's in here, like I don't already know, and most of you probably already know as well. So some guys in here. We are proud of 2 fossils of very rare prehistoric Pokemon. Okay, that's the 2 that you fought that super nerd in Mount Moon for, and we got Kabuto fossil, which is the dome fossil, yeah. You can't sneak in the back way. Oh, whatever. Do you know what Amber is? Let's go with no, shall we? Amber is fossilized tree sap. Fantastic. Shh, I think that this chunk of Amber contains Pokemon DNA. Ooh. It would be great if Pokemon could be resurrected from it. But my colleagues just ignore me. So I have a favour to ask. Take this to a Pokemon lab and get it examined. So he just gave the random stranger who broke into the back entrance a valuable thing. In fact, does he say anything after you take it? Shh, get the old Amber checked. Alright, okay, fair enough. So yeah, so now we have the old Amber, which is the way you get Aerodactyl in these games. Now, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I don't believe there is anything we need cut for in Cerulean or on the way to Cerulean. No, I'm pretty sure there's not. If there is, we have to head back through Cerulean at some point anyway, so I'll just do it in that part of the walkthrough. But I'm pretty sure that's all the past cutting required. So what we're going to do now is go back through Diglett Cave, back to Vermilion City, and call this episode a wrap. Not the longest one I've ever done, but I'm sure some of you will be glad of that, getting back into the swing of it. I'm going to be uploading Pokemon videos on Mondays and Thursdays now, I think, on my new routine. So yeah, that's going to be kind of my plan, if you like, for when I'm going to be uploading. The other types of games that you might not all necessarily be interested in because you're watching my Pokemon ones, they'll be uploaded on different days. Just keep checking back if you're interested in GTA Funny Moments ones, or if you're interested in my Saints Row or my Hitman videos. Just keep checking back and you'll, subscribe and you'll know then when things get uploaded. I'm also in the process of having someone very, very generously sort me out an app for Android and iPhones and Apple devices in general. So yeah, when that comes out, I'll be sure to let you know, and that will notify you when videos go up and things like that happen. So that'd be really cool. I know I'm not exactly a massive channel at the moment, but put the groundwork in place now, and if I do get popular and have a lot of subscribers, then they'll all be able to get the app, and yeah, happy days. So yeah, I've not really got a lot else to talk about in this episode. In the next episode, we will be, on Monday, we'll be examining Vermilion City and probably taking on Surge, I'd say. I think that's my plan at the moment. If I don't end up doing that, well, you'll find out on Monday, won't you? But I think that's my plan, is to take on Surge. Oh, wow, and just before the end of the episode, we get a Dugtrio. I've been doing so much damage to Digletts with Confusion. I should be able to take this thing on. Unless, of course, I can't hit it because it sand attacks me. Oh, I still got it. Good. Confusion is very accurate. Wow, okay. Oh, that was a critical. I was going to say, that was a lot more than I expected. Yeah, you use Growl. That'll stop me confusioning you, won't it? Well, that was a lot easier than I said it was going to be. Now, that was, I think, my first wild evolved Pokemon, except for the Metapods and Kakoonas in Viridian Forest. Another thing you could comment on, as well as who's used the HP up on, it was harder to say than I thought it was going to be, as well as that, you could also let me know if you want me to catch evolved forms of Pokemon as part of my completing the Pokedex, or if you want me to kind of wait towards the end game and then just train all my basic Pokemon up to being evolved. And obviously if I did it that way, I wouldn't, do it in real time. I'd probably do like a fast forwarded video of me training it up, or just show the highlights like when it does the leveling up from to the level it needs to evolve and stuff like that. So I wouldn't bore you to tears with, oh, look at me grinding levels. But would you rather me catch evolved Pokemon when they're available, or would you rather me evolve, only catch basic Pokemon and then evolve them as I complete the game at the end? Leave another comment below if you've already left one about who to give the HP up to, or leave it all in one comment. Thanks very much for watching, everyone that's come back to my channel now that it's back up and running. As always, I've been Ibeza, and you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.